Confidence. Have you lost your confidence? Have you looked in the mirror and said, gosh, whatever happened to that person? Whatever happened to that person that was so joyful and so happy and just so full of life? What happened to that person? Did you lose your confidence? We're going to show you how to get that back today. So stick with it. Join me on this ride. I'd love to have you. Welcome. I'm Janice, letting your light shine. If you're ready to have a life of confidence, purpose, joy, abundance, and personal growth, you're in the right place. So, welcome. So, confidence is something that so many people get it wrong. And they get it wrong because when you are seeking to be confident again, maybe you lost it. You didn't know who you were. Maybe you went through a horrible breakup and that person beat you down the entire relationship. And so you really don't have any self-worth. You do. Nobody gets to take that away from you. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to figure out how to get your confidence back, not to the extent that you're becoming somebody other than who you truly are. Okay. So, one of the things that I think is most important is nobody gets to make determinations for us. Nobody gets to tell us how to live our lives. And nobody gets to make any decisions for us, no matter what. We are our own people. We have our own mind and we get to make our own decisions. And I think what happens a lot, especially with what I see with a lot of my clients, they're coming out of broken relationships. So they're really, really confused. They don't know who they are. In fact, one of the most common questions is, I don't know who I am anymore. I've lost myself. I've lost my purpose. I've lost my calling in life. Okay. According to who, though? According to other people or according to you? Something really good to think about because, yes, we've all been there where we all have something happen in our lives where we just don't know which way is up, right? And we're just like, I'm just a hot mess. I can't figure it out. And we lose ourselves along the way. We lose our confidence along the way. But it's not gone forever. You just got to get it back. You just got to reel that sucker back in and say, confidence is not about other people. People get this wrong. People think that if they have a lot of friends, if they're liked, if they have the right clothing, if they have the right job, drive the right car, hang out with the same group of people, then that's where confidence comes. That is absolutely untrue. Confidence never, ever can come from anybody else. It can only come from you within. So, we're going to talk about how to do that. So, you first have to believe within, okay? The exterior of us, we're going to put aside for a little bit because we have to work on the inside. If we don't work on the inside, then the outside is going to scream that and it's going to show others that they're looking confident, but they're not acting confident. And let me preface that by saying a lot of people believe that if you have your whole outer look put together, or if you have a whole bunch of money, some of the most insecure people are the people that have a lot of money. Some people have to make themselves look a certain way on the outside because that gives them confidence. But again, remember, confidence comes from deep within our soul. It comes from our heart. It comes from everything about who we are as a person and what we believe about ourselves, not what everybody around is thinking about us. If somebody doesn't like you, who cares? Go on about your day because you know what? There's 20% of people out there that don't like other people for no reason whatsoever. And you've probably been there. I think we're all guilty of it where you kind of meet a person and you go, that person's rubbing me the wrong way. I don't like that person. I don't know why I don't like that person. Maybe their energy didn't feel very good to you, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that you have to be, surly or disrespectful to somebody. You just can stay in your own lane and not have to worry about them. Just forget about those people. But people are out there trying to please other people in order to gain self confidence. That's not where it comes from. It's not where it comes from. You've got to be strong willed inside and you've got to know and trust and believe. And this is where that manifestation comes back in, where you can manifest who you really want to be And you do that by embodying that feeling of being that person who, can walk down the street confidently. And it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter what shoes you're wearing. None of that matters. You can be confident and have zero money. You can be confident and have no place to lay your head at night, or you could be confident and have all the homes in the world. It doesn't really matter. Confidence comes from deep within us. So you've got to try and put aside every little thing. And a lot of things that happen, and I know I'm guilty of this too, where I've sit there and I'm like, why is she looking at me like that? Like, why is he over there looking at me like that? Like, what is going on? Do I have something on my shirt? And you automatically, and that's the thing, we automatically go to the worst case scenario. It's like, oh my gosh, I must have something in my teeth. Oh my gosh, what did I spill on my shirt? Blah, blah, blah. You know what? 9 times out of 10, either A, they're not even looking at you. Maybe they're looking at the dog behind you, or maybe they're just in deep thought about some news they just got on the telephone from somebody, and they're just literally in a blank stare going, hmm, and you just automatically your nervous response system says, oh, they don't like me. Boom, self-confidence tanks. So you get to remember and choose what's in your own mind, not what is in anybody else's mind. And here's the deal, here's the good news. If somebody doesn't like you, it's okay. There are many other people who will absolutely love you and adore you. So don't waste your time on people that just don't matter. Okay. First and foremost, look within, do whatever you have to do. If it means staring at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you, you are so amazing today, do it, do it. It actually feels pretty good to do that. Mirror work is hard, but when you get used to it, you can certainly do it. So, I mean, I remember when I started doing these videos years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, what are people going to say? And then I'm like, why do I care? And I know that there are trolls out there and there are rude people that are going to make nasty comments. You know what? I don't believe anything from anybody behind a screen. I don't. Sorry. And 99% of the time, the people who are writing this stuff or saying this stuff behind your back will never say it to your face because they don't have the nerve to do it, which tells me they don't have any confidence themselves. So it's a sad situation that there are so many, people that are not self-confident over a traumatized situation or whatever, but you can most certainly get that back. So one of the things, and again, the people in here that have read my story, watched my YouTube videos, and see the pain that I had to go through for many, many years, um, I I kind of lost who I was too because I was so like, I mean, the abuse was just so horrible that you just don't start thinking clearly. And it was not until I was away from the situation that I was able to begin to grow that confidence again. Because when you're beat down so much, you literally don't know what is going on. Like you really are so shattered. And that is so devastating, but you don't get to stay there forever. Okay. You get to make up your mind that you're not going to continue to live in that um, level of, oh my gosh, poor, pitiful me. Nope. You can be powerful or you can be pitiful. And it's not an option to be both because there is no possibility that you can be both. So, how about changing it to being powerful? Being powerful. And when I'm talking about self confidence too, I don't want anybody to think that I'm talking about the self confidence that triggers or kind of matches right up with arrogance. That is not what I'm talking about. You can walk around with confidence without having a nasty attitude. Yes, there are a lot of people, lots of people that have self confidence and they walk around like their shit don't stink, and deep down they don't have anything put together, like their lives are just in shambles. So but it's a facade. So I don't want you to be on this confidence building block and then fake it, and I know that's a lot of, well, a term that people have used, fake it until you make it, to an extent, but not when it comes to self-confidence, because people can see right through you. And they can see when somebody is not self confident and they're pretending to be. And to most importantly, love yourself. Love yourself. Okay. Wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I am freaking amazing. You are, because we are all amazing people on this earth. We are all one, all of us. Nobody is better than anybody. Nobody is less than everybody. It's just what we perceive in our own minds. And our minds can create so much chaos. It can so create chaos. But you know what? We can fix that. So the next time you have a negative thought about you, oh my gosh, this doesn't look good, or that doesn't look good. And, and that's come up with me recently because I think one of my videos a couple years ago, I, I was, well, I'm almost 58, and up until last year, last August, was still having my periods. Oh my God, like on time, monthly. I'm like, what is going on here? 50, no, 11 to 57. So 46 years of having a period, I kind of was over it, right? So then what happened is finally haven't had one, thank goodness. But what happens? I don't know where all this jiggly stuff came from, but menopause is a bitch. She's not a nice person, let me tell you. So I'm like, okay, things are moving in my body, things are shifting. I'm like, okay, where's this weight coming from that I didn't ask for? But it is what it is. Embrace who you are, embrace your body, and know that life is going to give you some challenges. And especially with a lot of women going through menopause, I feel you, sister. I feel you. I did get some yam cream though. Somebody recommended, because my God, my hot flashes were incredible. I was like, what is happening? Um, I got it on Amazon. It's all organic yam cream that you just put right here on your wrist. It works. Check it out. I'll have to link it if anybody's interested. But totally off topic. But that, well, not really off topic, because going through menopause for women, that could be another area of your life where you start losing your self confidence, because you're like, my body's changing, everything is sagging, nothing is solid anymore, everything's all jiggly wiggly, and I don't like it. But you know what? Guess what? God made us special. God made us amazing, and so we've got to embrace who we are. And when you embrace who you are and you love who you are, I mean, love yourself like you love your best friend. Love yourself like you love your mother, your father, somebody who is so dear to your life. Love so much that you just are so passionate about it that you just can't love yourself enough. Because when you love yourself, that is when the beauty and the magic happens. Then you exude self confidence in a natural way, not an arrogant way, and not a fake way. So you can do this. Put yourself first. Do some self care. Make sure that you're doing something for yourself every day. Like even if it's just taking a walk, um, finding 5 minutes, to meditate, or finding 5 minutes to go hide in the bathroom so that you won't be disturbed from anybody in your house, to gather your thoughts. And as you go through your day, just continue to self affirm how beautiful, wonderful, amazing, and joyous you are, because you are. All right. Until I'm back next video. That didn't make sense. I'll be back with the next video. Love you guys.